everyone and welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to show you how to set up the telemetry between your transmitter and the Tinyhawk 2. This will open up a vast amount of sensors which you can display in your transmitter, like your battery voltage, to make sure that you're not running your batteries down too far if you're doing line of sight flying, or if you just set up the drone up and you don't want to connect it to beta flight and constantly looking at your goggles to see what your battery voltage is. So first things first is we need to set up the Tinyhawk 2. This you'll need to do in beta flight, so I'll show you that now. Go to configuration and scroll slightly down till we get to the receiver options. So just to give you a bit of background, what we're doing here is we're going to change it from D8, which is pretty much the standard for the Tinyhawk, and change it to D16 mode. So D8 for the SPI bus receiver provider is FrSky_D. We're going to change that to FrSky_X_LBT because we're in the EU regulations. If you're not in the EU regulations, then it'll just be FrSky_X. Once you've done that, scroll slightly down to other features and turn telemetry on. Save and reboot. Once you've done that, everything for the drone is finished. It's now moving over to the transmitter where I'm going to show you how to rebind and then set up the telemetry options. So moving back to the transmitter, what we're going to do is set up the D16 mode. So in my case, if I go to menu, page, I'll scroll up, you can see it's already set in D8. Hit enter, change that to D16. We also want to change the channel range from 1 to 16 to 1 to 8. This will lower the latency. Once that's done, go to bind and you'll have the 1 to 8 telem on, so that's the channel 1 to 8 telemetry. Before you hit enter, go to drone, plug it in and hit the bind button on the bottom. So just face the camera towards you. In that corner you've got a little button. The frame is just flexible enough just to push that in, and you'll get the bind sequence where you got the solid blue light and red flashing, so the drone's now ready. Hit enter. Telemetry lost. And it'll start beeping. You'll see that the LEDs have changed now, that the red LED is now flashing and everything has successfully bound. Once you've done that, what you'll need to do is hit page and go to the telemetry options. Scroll down and you'll have the discover new sensors. Hit enter and you'll see a whole bunch of new sensors will be added. Some of these are not going to be accurate. For example, the temperature, you know, I'd be a bit worried if it was 2000 degrees. But the main ones which you really need, you know, like the battery voltage, you know, they're perfect. RSSI. So now I'm going to show you how to set these up on the screen of the transmitter. If you go to the next page, you have display. So what we'll want is at the top bar, you want the battery voltage, which is the VFAS. Now, if you have a quadcopter which has a GPS module, then you can choose the altitude, as the Tinyhawk doesn't. You don't need that option. So if we go to screen 1, hit enter, push it up, and you've got a choice. You can have numbers, so it'll display a numerical value on the screen, or you can have bars. Numbers is always going to be a top option for me. You know, you don't really want to see the bar percentage of the battery. It's not going to tell you what voltage it's at. So if you select numbers and scroll to the first option, you can hit enter. Well, little tip here, you can hit enter and scroll through them, but it's a long way around. If you hold enter in, you can see what inputs. So we're going to go to telemetry, RSSI, hit enter, that's saved. Move on to the next one. Hold enter, telemetry, and now we're going to put it to the positive, so that's going to show you the max RSSI input, and then we want the negative, so that's going to be the lowest input. Go to the next bar and we'll set up the voltage. You saw then there is a battery voltage, and that's for the transmitter, not the quadcopter, so make sure that you choose F. If I can find it. There we go. VFAS, so that's the current voltage. The maximum voltage, which is being input, and again the lowest voltage. Once that's done, hit exit, come out of that screen, and what you'll need to do is hold the page button, and there we go. As you see, you can add multiple things. You could have the currents, you can see what currents being drawn, you know, min and maximum, so it's very handy if you want to keep an eye on your batteries and stuff and make sure that you're not drawing too much current. Or if you're just setting up the drone and you just want to find out the information, this is what I use it for. You know, if I want to know the battery voltage because I don't want to run them too low without plugging them into Betaflight or constantly putting on my goggles, you know, it's just handy to have the on-screen display on your transmitter. So I hope you found this information useful, guys. You know, very handy for me, and hopefully it'll save you guys a bit of pain and suffering. Thank you for watching.